Hello students, welcome to your new class. Today we are studying 8th standard science chapter 2 microorganisms friend and foe part 2. In the part 1 we have learned different categories of microorganisms and their uses. In the part 2 we will study harmfulness of these microorganisms, food preservation, nitrogen fixation and nitrogen cycle. Let's start the class. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plants and animals. Such disease-causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Some microorganisms spoil food, leather and clothing. How do these microorganisms enter in our body? Microorganisms enter in our body through air, water and food. They can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried through an animal. Diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Some of the examples are cholera, common cold, chickenpox, and tuberculosis. When a person suffering from common cold sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing. How do you prevent the spread of communicable diseases or airborne diseases? Airborne diseases means the diseases that spread through air. We can prevent the spread of communicable diseases by keeping a distance from infected person. We should keep mask or handkerchief on the nose and mouth while sneezing. There are some insects and animals which act as carriers of disease-causing microbes. Housefly is one such carrier. The flies sit on the garbage and animal excreta. Pathogens stick to their bodies. When these flies sit on uncovered food, they may transfer the pathogens. Whoever eats the contaminated food is likely to get sick. So, always keep food covered. Avoid consuming uncovered food items, especially from roadside vendors. Another example of carrier is the female Anopheles mosquito, which carries the parasite of malaria. Female Aedes mosquito acts as carrier of dengue fever. How can we control the spread of malaria or dengue? We should keep our surroundings neat and clean. All mosquitoes breed in water, hence one should not let water collect anywhere in coolers, tires, flower pots, etc. By keeping the surroundings clean and dry, we can prevent mosquitoes from breeding. Here are some common human diseases caused by microorganisms. Tuberculosis, causative organism bacteria. It spreads through air. Measles, chickenpox and polio, these are viral diseases. These diseases spread through air or physical contact or water. How can we prevent these diseases? Keep the patient in complete isolation. Vaccination to be given at a suitable age. One of the examples is BCG vaccine for tuberculosis. Cholera and typhoid, these are bacterial diseases. Mode of transmission through water or food. How can we prevent these diseases? Maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habits. Consume properly cooked food and drink boiled water. Through vaccination also we can prevent these diseases. Hepatitis B is a viral disease. Mode of transmission is water. How can we prevent? Drink boiled water, and through vaccination also we can prevent this disease. Malaria, causative organism is protozoa, spread through mosquito. Use mosquito net and repellents. Spray insecticides and control breeding of mosquitoes by not allowing water to collect in the surroundings. Some microorganisms cause diseases in animals also. One such disease is anthrax. Anthrax is a dangerous cattle and human disease caused by a bacterium. Robert Koch in 1876 discovered the bacterium Bacillus anthracis, which causes anthrax disease. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by a virus. Several microorganisms cause diseases in plants like wheat, rice, potato, etc. The diseases reduce the yield of crops. One such disease is citrus canker, which is caused by bacteria. It spreads by air. Citrus fruits like lemon and oranges are affected by it. This disease is characterized by black dead spots on surface of citrus fruit. Rust of wheat is caused by fungi. This disease spreads through air or infected seeds. This disease is characterized by rusty spots on stem, leaves and spikes. Yellow vein mosaic of bindi, bindi means lady's finger, is viral disease which spreads by insects. This disease is characterized by yellowing of veins of leaves. Diseases which affect crop plants result in reduction in crop yield and affect its quality. All these diseases can be controlled by the use of certain chemicals which are capable of killing the microbes. Some microorganisms which grow on our food produce toxic substances. Consumption of such food causes food poisoning. Microorganisms spoil our food. Spoiled food emits bad smell and has bad taste and color change. So we have to protect our food from attack of microorganisms by preservation methods. To prevent wastage and spoilage of fruits and vegetables, they can be preserved to last for a longer duration. One of the examples is mango pickle, which is consumed almost in every household. Chemical method. Chemicals which are used for this purpose are called preservatives. Salts, edible oil and sugar are the common chemicals. Chemicals like sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite are used for preservation of ketchup, jelly, jam and squashes. Preservation by common salt. It is used to preserve meat and fish. Meat and fish, when covered with dry salt, growth of bacteria on it is prevented. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mangoes and tamarind. Preservation by sugar. Sugar when added to jams, jellies, reduces the moisture content which prevents growth of bacteria which spoils food. Preservation by oil and vinegar. Use of vinegar, mustard oil and salt prevent spoilage of pickles by preventing growth of microorganisms as they cannot live in such an environment. Heat and cold treatment. Boiling kills many microorganisms. For example, we boil milk before it is stored or used. Similarly, we keep it in our refrigerator at low temperature inhibits growth of microorganisms. The milk sold in packets is pasteurized and can be consumed without boiling as it is free from harmful microbes. For pasteurization, milk is heated above 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then it is chilled quickly and stored. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. That's why it is called pasteurization. Nowadays, dry fruits and even vegetables are sold in sealed airtight packets to prevent attack of microbes. Have you learned about Rhizobium bacterium in your lower classes? What is the importance of Rhizobium bacterium? Rhizobium bacterium lives in the root nodules of leguminous plants such as peas, beans, etc. This Rhizobium bacterium helps in nitrogen fixation. Then what is nitrogen fixation? Nitrogen fixation is the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen compounds in the soil. Blue-green algae and Rhizobium bacterium help in nitrogen fixation. Students, do you know how nitrogen gas remains constant in our atmosphere? Our atmosphere has 78% of nitrogen gas, which remains constant due to nitrogen cycle. Then what is nitrogen cycle? Our atmosphere has 78% nitrogen gas. The atmospheric nitrogen cannot be taken directly by plants and animals. Rhizobium bacterium and blue-green algae present in the soil and lightning fix nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it into compounds of nitrogen. It can be utilized by plants from the soil through their root system. Nitrogen is used for the synthesis of plant proteins and other compounds. Animals feeding on plants get these proteins and other nitrogen compounds. When plants and animals die, bacteria and fungi present in the soil convert the nitrogenous waste into nitrogenous compounds to be used by plants again. Certain other bacteria convert some part of them to nitrogen gas, which goes back into the atmosphere. In this way, the nitrogen remains constant in the atmosphere. Students, here is the end of the chapter, Microorganisms Front and Foe. Hope all of you understood well. Thank you and have a nice day.